Hola. Actually, I realized, I just realized I was muted, but I wasn't saying anything, guys. I was actually sharing it out. So that means you guys heard nothing I said about give me a minute. I'm sharing it out. Oh gosh, sometimes this microphone, I tell you, but I'm here, guys. I am here. I am here. I am here. I promise I am here. You have a question about Silhouette Studio? Well, we're going to talk about Silhouette Studio and how you can learn everything that you need about Silhouette Studio, but definitely post your question because your question may help someone else make a decision on whether or not they need the information that we're going to give today. So go ahead and post your question. Okay. All righty. So sorry about that, guys. We are going to get started. Someone says, crap, I'm out to dinner. Okay, so I'll say it real fast for you, Carol, but you can always come back for like the playback. But it's not necessarily teaching. We're going to talk about the live sessions that are coming back for Essentials to Silhouette Studio. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Hello, I have a question concerning my business edition. I have a new computer. How do I put the business edition on my new computer? Okay, we will go over that. Incredible greetings. Hello, Bernadette. How art thou? Hello, City Girl. Period. Let's see. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome in. Welcome in. What are we working on tonight? The thumbnail says it all. Your phone received the sound before your desktop. Well, I was muted, so depending on which one you're watching it on, if one is further back than the other, I was muted and didn't realize it, so maybe that's why if one is further behind. Hey, just saying hello. Actually, see, I can do one for you too. What is the one for? Is it unless the candy shop? I take you to the candy shop, but no, yours is, it says the crafty Sandy. I don't know why I read the crafty shop instead of the crafty Sandy, because I was about to sing I take you to the crafty shop. First time actually seeing a live session. Awesome. All right, so let's get into this. All right, let me see what um I converted mine 3 years ago and had no problems. Woo, thank goodness. It can back up if you don't print from it all the time. It can clog, but even when you print from it all the time, it still can clog. It's kind of like hit or miss. It's not an easy thing to unclog a EcoTank printer. So it's definitely not an easy thing for that. But I've talked about that in several videos. We have a lot of them that you can kind of go. Today we're going to talk about the Silhouette Studio training. But maybe she will be able to kind of, like, you guys can kind of communicate there in the chat, and she can let you know about the ups and downs or what could happen when you're using an Epson ET 15,000. So, all right, let's get into it. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome in officially. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products that you can see back there. Y'all can't really see it back there, but it's back there. See the paper back there. So we are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. It is the absolute best, most efficient. I'm not saying it because it's my baby. It is the most efficient sublimation paper. So many amazing properties. Lower temp, faster time. So you don't have to put your heat press on 400 degrees. You don't have to press for 60 seconds. On average, 30 seconds gets most of your flat substrates done. You use less ink, so your ink is going to last you twice as long if you're using the premium matte setting, because we print on plain paper, bright white set to high. No butcher paper for most applications, so you don't need it like to go on top, in between the shirt, around the river, through the, like, you don't need all that butcher paper or parchment paper. It's hassle free. You may have a lot of blanks and you'll see this temp on that blank, like, this temp and time on that one, this temp and time on that one, this temp and time on that one, this temp. With our paper, it is hassle free, regardless of what you see, like what they may put on there, because we don't know what paper they're using or what system they're using. With ours, it's hassle free. Once you go, and let's say if you sublimate a shirt and you have that dialed in, if it takes you 365, 30 seconds for a shirt, it's going to take you 365 for a bookmark, MDF, PVC, puzzles, whatever it is. If it takes you 365, 40 seconds, it will be the same thing. Maybe it takes you 370, 30 seconds. Once you dial that in perfectly for you, for many, it is around that 365, 30-second, marker. It's going to work for just about everything. So you don't have to go and just like try and keep a notebook of all of these different settings. It is completely hassle free. I promise you, we have tons and tons of live, unedited demos showing you that you can sublimate 365, 30 seconds. We've gone and we did masks, puzzles, bookmarks, mouse pads, shirts, and a bunch of other things, like all literally at the same time. And there was the same temp, same time, always beautiful. Chef's kiss. Even if you're doing tumblers in a tumbler press, it's still 365, 30 seconds, rotate it, 30 seconds, press 10 seconds, press 10 seconds, press 10 seconds, press 10 seconds. Still. So amazing paper. Definitely check it out on our website, shop.hsink365.com. We are also the home of Silaholics Anonymous. That is where I have been teaching you guys for the past 9 years. We're going into our 10th year of Silhouette Studio. It is a standalone graphic designing software that you can use as a beginner. I teach those who are a little bit more advanced as well, but my teachings are amazing for beginners to get into designing and getting the right placement, the right sizing for all of your projects, not just sublimation. Whether you are doing chip bags or any type of party favors, if you are someone that makes cards, custom cards, if you do HTV, if you do vinyl, if you cut fabric, you do print and cuts, you do stickers, all of that requires some sort of design component. And knowing how to put it all together, how to place it, how to size it, all of those things. And you can do it right from Silhouette Studio. It is absolutely free to use Silhouette Studio. Free. Free. You don't have to purchase a machine. You don't have to purchase an upgrade. And there's a lot that you can do in the software. And I'm just the person to teach you. I have explored every nook and cranny. And I do mean every nook and cranny. Maybe except like the curio stuff. But other than that, every nook and cranny of Silhouette Studio, I have explored, and I've created some amazing, amazing projects over the past 10 years. And I now share that with others because I want you guys to have just as amazing projects as I've created in Silhouette Studio. So I've been teaching that on Silaholics Anonymous for 10 years, and we have an academy. That is what brings us here today is 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of things. So we teach you the design. We teach you how to, make certain items. We've had classes on foam board creations, large centerpieces, all the party favorite stuff, because that's where I started at. So any and everything for party favors. We've had classes on balloons and like balloon columns and like balloon centerpieces, things of that nature. We've done t-shirts, sublimation, memorial designs, graduation designs, all sorts of things. We have classes for just about everything, but it all starts at the essentials. It all starts at essentials. We're going to talk about essentials to Silhouette Studio because that is our primary program that we teach from. We did incorporate, and I started teaching. I've used Photoshop for many years, but I never taught it because a lot of people say it's intimidating to them. Silhouette Studio was one where you can do a lot of things without it being so intimidating. It has a lot of buttons. I'm not going to say it doesn't have a lot of buttons, but it's not as many as Photoshop. Like Photoshop has like hidden buttons and things here and like all these other options that's like, well, dang, you do this, do this, do that, do this, do that. There's a lot of different tools that will technically do the same thing. Like, the self-healing, the clone, content aware. They can technically give you the same result, but you use them at different times. So for some, it's like kind of confusing. When do I use the healing? When do I use cloning? When do I use content aware? So because it's so much in that software, it's a little intimidating to really get into like the design. You're spending so much time on the tools and functions. You don't really get to the good part of just really unlocking your creativity. Silhouette Studio will allow you to, especially when you work with me, allow you to learn the tools. It's not many, like it's not as many tools, but then once you understand the tools, they translate to other softwares. They may have different names, but once you understand what their functions are, you can figure out what is like what's the same tool in a different program. Like edit points is the same as the pen tool, is same as the brazier tool. So they're very similar, right? So I use that software to teach you graphic designing concepts, like the concepts, layout. I teach you about like typography, how to choose the right text. I heard someone, not say heard, but I read it before where someone was like, I don't like text-based designs. I'm not creative enough for it. I don't know what text to choose or what fonts to choose. Anybody here struggles with that? Go ahead, say me, raise your hand. If text-based designs are really hard for you because you feel like, I don't know, I can't make it pop. Like you're always looking for the pop. You're looking for something extra. You're not quite sure how to pair fonts. If that is a struggle for you, go ahead and put me in the comments or raise your hand. All right, I got a couple me's over here. Another first-time watcher. Woohoo! Welcome, Brandy. I mean, if you can't find the right font, then that makes it a little bit difficult. Me. Okay, I see a lot of me's over here. I see a lot of me's. Or use the same ones repeatedly, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you're trying to create something that's signature. I've talked about that like in classes. We're not going to go to it too deep in here, but I've had a full breakdown. When we talk about font designs, it is okay to use the same one. Just depends on like how you are using them. All right. But I see a lot of me's. Okay. Let's see. No, we don't sell eco-solvent ink. I don't sell anything that I can't really test and do. And I have the Roland. We've had it because there's one over here somewhere. So we ordered some from our vendor, but I chose to not sell it. It's over there somewhere. Another first timer. Woohoo! Rosalind, welcome. I still struggle with that. Me also. Me. Okay, good. Y'all are in the right place. Okay. All right. I want to first break down our program, our key training. If you've never heard of it, okay, wait, first, let's see who is enrolled. If you are someone right now, you've enrolled and you've watched the videos and you've practiced some, all right? Let me see a 3 if you are already enrolled in Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Threes over here, bunch of threes over here. Thank you. Can you answer this one, LaShonda, so that I can put it on the screen? Not the student union one, the names of the other ones. All right, we got some threes over here. That can't be, out of all the people that are watching, that can't be all the ones that are enrolled. Remember, put a 3 if you are already enrolled in Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Okay, so we got some threes over here. Incredible greetings. Hello. Okay, so we have some more threes over here. Threes. Y'all have to put all these say Facebook user. Threes. Okay. All right, let me explain to you guys what Essentials to Silhouette Studio is. In March of 2022, I've done Essentials before, and it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot to learn. I know that you guys are wanting to build businesses. You want to be able to make money. You want to be geared up for graduation season, for Mother's Day, or maybe get started early on like the fall and Christmas. But it takes time. If you were just wanting to design or just learn, like just for that time frame, just for graduation, you want to know how to put together graduation designs. It could be very easy to do that. Take a class. They're going to introduce you to some elements. They're going to show you, they're going to give you some backgrounds and things like that. They might tell you how to bring in a picture. Well, I'll tell you because I've done them as well, how to remove the background. But guess what? You are going to have to only design with like that one thing because you don't know anything past that. If you try and go and bring in your own elements, if you try to change the color or remove the background or do certain things, it might be a little bit difficult when you're trying to do like certain effects. You're only going to be able to use the effects that they give you. Maybe the effect that you got like in a class or in a template. Let's say if it was like Photoshop, you have it and like it's more so like embossed and maybe a drop shadow. But what if you wanted to use glows? What if you wanted to use pattern overlays? If you've never been introduced to those, you don't know where those tools are. You don't know how to access them. You don't know what they do. You don't know how to adjust them or edit them. You can't do that. You'll be stuck using that same exact design, right? I'm going to show you guys this was from a yard sign, right? I think this is 1 or 2. It messed up on my rolling. I sell this template, okay? So I'm going to back up so that everybody can see it. I sell these templates. Well, little thing, I create templates first. I use them and then I give them to y'all. So I would have used them for a whole year and then y'all can use them next year. It's still gonna make you money. But this is one of the ones that I put together last year as far as like just having the individual photo frames and stuff. So it'll be in my template vault and it'll be available on my website. Like on Silhouette Studio, all you have to do is drop in the pictures. Now, when it comes to this portion right here, let me flip y'all around real quick and let me stand up because baby, I feel myself about to fall out of that chair. And if I fall out of that chair on this live video, y'all will not see me for like a month. I will be too embarrassed. And I promise you, I would not come live for a month if I fell out that chair. So we're going to move you because, baby, I cannot fall. All right. So I can give you a template, right? The template is going to have these boxes. All you have to do is plug in their pictures, right? Easy. They give you the pictures. As you can see, no background is removed or anything like that. You have some where you have to remove the background, so it's just the person. This is beautiful. Can we agree? All right. Let me get a 6 if you think this is beautiful. This is nice. Put a 6 if you like this setup. So it's real easy. Don't have to remove a background. They're full on pictures as is. You're going to drop it in there, right? You're going to go and get their logo, like the mascot for the school. That's going to be real easy. The backgrounds of these, like there's a background here. You can leave that as is. It's a chalkboard. The stripes, it's going to be easy to change that, right? Here, we're going to be able to type in the name. Where the issue is going to come in at is all of the effects that are on here. So if you can type out the name, no problem. Might have a difficult, trying to figure out which fonts go together. But when we come here and the effects that's on her name, how to get that outline that's there is creating depth. There's a couple different shadows on it. How to create where here it's like it's stacked on each other. The 2023. How to create this effect where it's cutting. I know it's a glare on it. Where like you're cutting in and out, right? All of this part would be easy. You learn about certain things or just putting fonts. You can do this part. You can just do plain text. But if you don't know about offsets, you don't know about subtracting, you don't know about shadows, if you don't know about like adjusting your opacity, things like that, you're not going to get the same effect. You're not going to get the same effect. All right. So let's say we have this. This is another template. We have, this one is in my template vault. Kind of sort of the same. I'm using the same pictures, right? But I have Polaroids. As a beginner and all you know is templates, oh, y'all don't like my stuff. Okay, now I see the 6. I was like, wait a minute now. My stuff bomb. So if you're a beginner, right? I give you a template and it's going to have the Polaroids, right? Some people are okay with that. I'll purchase an element. I don't have to worry about making it. But if you ever wanted to be able to make something like this yourself, I have this idea in my head. Okay, I like the boxes that Shakia put here, but maybe I want it to be thinner, or I want it to be thicker, or maybe I want rounded edges. I want something else, right? If you don't understand how this is made, what tools, what functions, you are going to be limited to the element that I gave you. You're not going to be able to come up with your own, because all you're going to know is this. I can go in the class. I'm going to teach you as a graduation class, or I'm going to teach you how to make money for graduation. I'm going to show you how to design. How many designs do you realistically think that someone can teach you in one class? In one class, you're probably going to get through one design, especially if you don't know anything. You're going to be agitated. Oh my God, they're moving too fast. I can't catch up. If you're trying to follow along, because we like Q&As. We want to see if you know how to do it. If you make a mistake, we give you opportunity to raise your hand. I'm lost a little bit. I don't know what I clicked on. Can you help me figure out so you can catch up? But if you don't know anything about it, and if I'm saying, okay, you're going to click here, put it on top, send it to the back, and you're going to hit subtract. Excuse me, ma'am. What the hell you just said? That you might as well be speaking Greek to me. That's what happens when you don't learn the software. You don't learn the tools. You don't learn the layout of where everything is. You're not going to be able to create things like this. Right here, her image is not just there. If you see, it's cut into, well, I'm going the wrong way because it's like kind of backwards. It's cut into the number 0. She's coming out of it. So her head is on the top. There's a certain type of that's a certain type of effect. There's certain steps that you have to do in order to get that effect. It does involve a little bit of edit points. So if edit points still scare you, this right here, okay? Something like this, guess who could never? I like Canva. I'm not bashing Canva. I use it. I'm starting to incorporate some like free tutorials. We're going to start, I'm going to put it on my YouTube as well, but it's a little bit easier from the phone because it stays like that and people to watch it on TikTok. But I'm going to incorporate some Canva trainings, right? Canva does some amazing things. If it's like a straight crop, but something like this where it's cropped out, as good as Canva is, it can't do this. Can you do it in Photoshop? You sure can. Use clipping masters, a couple other things, but this can be done. Both of these fully designed in Silhouette Studio. Both of these were fully designed in Silhouette Studio. Both of them. Okay. So I teach you first the tools. You may not like it, but trust me, you'll thank me for it, in that I take the time to teach you the tools and functions of Silhouette Studio. That is what Essentials to Silhouette Studio is. We did this in 2022. In March, I had done some other ones, but it was like 4 hours long. It's very overwhelming because I'm throwing literally the entire program at you in about anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, because we've done it a couple different times. One time it took 4, and it took like 6 or 8. We kind of cut it down, tried to like make it a little bit shorter so that people aren't spending a whole day with me. So we've done 4 to 8 hours to go over the whole program. But that did not leave any room for anybody to practice. I talked and just showed different things for 4 to 8 hours. There was no, let me click, let me make sure while I'm on with the instructor. Because if I had to do that, we would have pulled it all night. Like we would have been there all day long. So in 2022, I set up Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. I taught it over the course of 30 days. So those who were there live, you know, they were waiting every day. We're in the middle of the Ponderosa. So it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people were able to attend. Some people weren't. That's kind of over with. We're not all just sitting home to where we can attend a class at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. And then I think we did 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, or 12 p.m., something like that. But I did that for 30 days. Every single day is a different topic. We had a day for each tool. Each tool had its own. So we went through like an overview, the advantages and disadvantages of the pros and cons, or like all the features of the upgrades, designer plus business. Like what's the difference between all of them? That was the first day. Then we went over like a general layout of it, just so that you kind of knew, like especially if it's your first time seeing it. Okay, what tools reside on this side? What tools reside on this side? What's at the top? When nothing is selected, this is what you see. When something is selected, this is what you see. Because sometimes if you're watching a YouTube video, you don't know it's because they've selected something. You're trying to follow along. You're just looking at your screen. They go, and you're like, wait, my screen doesn't look like that. Their screen is black. Your screen has gray or white. Mine doesn't look like that. How do I change this? Those are things that we went over in like the second or third day. Then it's like how to save, about preferences, because there's a thing called continue drawing or continue making a box, continue making a shape, choose select. When are they beneficial? Like when I say I'm breaking down everything, like all of the little nuances is in this training. It's not, I can tell you right now, if you're looking to just jump right into it and just be designing and just learning the tools, I can't teach you that way. That will be a disservice to you, because if I go and I do something and yours isn't set up that way. Perfect example. How many of you guys use Silhouette Studio, right? Whether it was in the beginning. Now, if you're somebody that learned through 30 days, still raise your hand if it happened to you, okay? How many of you go to make a box, right? You make a circle. You make anything, and it keeps making the box or the circle. When you go to click, you can't just click off. You now have 30,000 boxes, little boxes, small boxes, and you could not figure out how to click off to make it stop making boxes. How many of you guys have that happen to? Me. She raised my hand. Okay. I got a hand here. Me. Incredible evening. Yep, been there, done that. Okay, so we got a couple me's over here. All right, me. Pretty sure it's a lot of y'all. May not want to say it, but it'll be a lot of y'all. Okay, another me over here. It's a real simple fix. But if no one has ever told you that, you're just going to be frustrated. You're going to go and start to try and click on everything else. I'll tell you real quick, like just a free right here. You want to write it down. If you hit the letter V on your keyboard, that will go to the selection tool. Or once you do it, you go to the selection tool. Or you can learn about your preferences and how to change it, where once you make one box, it stops. And you can then add color to that. You can move it so you can subtract it. There is a preference that will allow you to make a box, make a circle, and stop. If you use the knife tool, How many times have you guys gone, you use a knife tool, you cut through the first part, and then it cuts through the second part, and then you undo, and you think that's the answer because you had to undo, so that technically took it to selection mode. So you thought you were doing something. But do you know there's a way to keep it from making a bunch of cuts? If you've ever used the eraser tool, same thing, but that's in your preferences. The average YouTube video doesn't go over preferences. I technically have a video where I've gone over some preferences, but you got to dig deep to find it. Or join 30 days and go right to that video. So those are the things that we do. Then you have subtract. Your modified panel has subtract all, weld, crop, intersect, divide, make compound path, release compound path, and detach lines. Half of you probably only know what a few of those do. We broke down all of those over the course of different days because there are certain requirements. Sometimes it has to be to the front. It has to be to the back. If you're using a pattern, if you're doing this, if you're doing that, there are certain rules. If you have more than one item, if things are grouped together, what happens when you crop? These are all things that most people don't know. Here's another one, right? How many of you guys, you're creating in Silhouette Studio, you want to put it inside of a box, you've designed all this stuff, you have all these elements, you want to crop it. You go, you put the box, you crop it, and all of it turns into a pattern, or all of it turns into one color. Put a 5 if that has happened to you, because then I won't know me's if you're late. So put a 5. Even if you're watching the playback, answer these questions in the chat. Okay, I see a 5 there. She says, there are so many nights I would get frustrated and close out the program just because of those simple things. Oh, we got a lot of 5s. Y'all come. Oh, that one must be hurt y'all little feelings on that one. That cropping must be hurt y'all feelings. Y'all came real fast with the 5s this time over here on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all were a little slow before. Y'all dropping them 5s real fast. That must be really hurt y'all feelings. Y'all must be really can't stand that crop button. That must be keep you up at night. That's like your kryptonite, because these 5s are coming in real fast. So that used to drive me crazy. She says, yes, but you taught me in the 30-day how to correct that. Yep. All right. There's a certain way, right, that cropping works. There are specific rules to how you have to have it set up in order for crop to work properly. It can seem a little frustrating. It's a vector-based program. It's not like they are not all perfect. In the 30-day training, yes, I purposely put little things in there to where if you follow everything I said to do, because I'm going to walk you through it and I'm going to say, we do the first one and it works out perfectly. I mean, perfect. I tell you to do it again. Wait, what the hell happened? Why did everything move? That could happen to you. If you don't know, every time you're like, I followed this video to the T. I did everything they said to do. There might be one little thing off. There might be one little phantom piece somewhere in the background. And because it's all the way to the back, when you go to subtract, everything goes away because it's trying to make it into this little space. But you can't figure out why. You undo. Okay, let me do it again. You do it again, boom, it happens again. Because you don't know how to identify why it's doing that. In the subtracting class, I purposely set you up. So now you know what to expect when it happens. So be sure to take notes on that part. But I purposely set you up to where your confidence will be up here. Oh, I did it right. I did it right. When you go to that second one and it all disappears, then you have to listen to the reasoning why. I teach you the why, not just the how in the 30-day training. Someone says, my nemesis. So I teach you the why, not just the how. And we do that through everything. There's a day just for subtract. There's a day just for weld. There's a day just for compound paths. Like for each one. Oh, tracing. There's 2 days for tracing. We go through a bunch of different examples. I strategically chose every single example. Just about every basic scenario. So not too complicated of traces. That's going to be like in our master's program. But between 30 days and bachelor's, you'll get like the beginner tracing. But I have a bunch of different examples. And we go through this one, which you are only able to do this. And you're thinking that it's you. It's probably not. You're probably trying to force it to do something that it cannot do. Guess where you learn about that? In my 30-day training. It is 2 days. The first day is your basic, like tracing and stuff like that. The next day we focus on, I think, trace and detach. Hold on, let me make sure. Don't have me lying to y'all. Let me make sure. Don't have me lying to y'all. All of the days are listed too. I'm going to do like this. I might as well turn y'all around too. Hold on. Oh, snapola. Look at Jesus. Okay. I'm going to pull y'all down. Hopefully y'all can still see. Because I really don't remember the order. I'm not going to tell a big fib. All right. So page setup, modify, subtract all, modify, crop, compound, pass. Then we go through weld and divide. We go through the basics of text, text to path, cropping to text. There's 3 different ways, like 3 different days about text because it's that much. So when you're struggling, everybody that said, I struggle with text, I don't know what to do with text, those 3 days, they're going to get you right. Then we go through the fill tool, how to make your own gradients, understanding about like how your transparency works, how about your patterns, things of that nature. Then there's that basic of tracing, and then there's trace and detach. Then we go through line and shape tool, line, color, and style. No, they are not the same. They are not the same, especially if you have designer, designer plus, or business edition. Most people are like, oh, it's just line. It's just a line tool. Some people look at Silhouette Studio and they just see that as one because they're used to going to one side. No, there's a lot of things to be learned in both of those. Learning when your line tool is effective. Some people think that it's like just, oh, that means a cut line. No, your line tools can aid you in cutting and cutting by color. Your line tools can add visual effects to your text. It can add visual effects to images that you have traced. You can do a lot with your line tool, colors, styles, all of that. It's a lot there. Okay. Adjusting your transparency, the different effects that it will give you. Then we go through a line. Do I really need a whole day for a line? Yeah, you do. Because there are certain rules depending on if it's like like for text, for shapes, how to get it to go to one side versus the other. You can't butt things up against each other. So you have to really utilize those tools. It's a lot in there. This is just a lot of like, you're not gonna retain it all. So I don't want you to think you're going to do these, you're going to watch it one time, you're going to retain it all. You're going to have to refer back to these a couple of times because this is a culmination of 2 decades of graphic designing information, and I'm putting it in 30 days for you guys, but it's going to take some practice, which is why we're bringing back the live sessions because some people have expressed that they're struggling doing it by themselves. So we're going to go and do live sessions. We're not doing like the same way the 30-day was because the foundation is set, but I'm going to help you piece it together. When you couldn't quite figure something out, you want to know what the issue was, we're going to be able to go through that over the course of 13 weeks. So this is going to be the first quarter of the year. So we're going to be having live sessions every single week until the end of March. Okay. Replicate basics, replicate advanced. Yes, replicate required 2 different days. That's how much information, how much practice, them being able to ask questions, all of that. Edit points, 2 whole days. And edit points was long days. Edit points and tracing were our longest days. I was on. There's for these days, there's also bonus sessions. You get access to that. I stayed on after we were on for 3-4 hours. I stayed on. I know this, right? So it might be a little bit harder to understand it, like if I'm doing it, but I allow the students that were there to share their screen. You're seeing somebody who's just like you. They're starting off just like you. If they can figure it out, you'll have the ability to figure it out. The mistakes, like the common mistakes that a newbie will have, you're seeing them navigate it. If they had issues with, okay, this problem was because you did not zoom in, you got to zoom in. Maybe how you were clicking your mouse, things like that. You get everything. I don't edit it out. I do not edit anything out of these sessions. So you're able to see the other students, their screen, when they're the questions that they have. Maybe it's the same question that you wrote down, and then that answer is going to come. Okay. So edit points was a really big one. Then we go through offsets, image effects, rhinestones. We did big stones, like small stones, mixed stones, all sorts of things. How to create line text so that your rhinestone designs are nice and clean. That rhinestone was great. The SVG DXF one was just really to explain files. I am going to put some new files in there because some of the ones that were there, they're no longer available on Creative Fabrica. So that's another reason why I was like, shoot, some of these files are no longer available. So I'm just going to get like downloads. I'm going to like new downloads. I'm going to put them on there, ones that I don't have to worry about like not being available for free once you guys go to it. So this one, when I go over it, we're going to have some new downloads, some new files for that. Then we went through some hands-on designing. Basically, I went through a couple of different, like they asked a lot of questions, but we went through a couple of different designs. Okay, how would you do this? People ask questions. Okay, I have this particular file. I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. How would I go about that? I think someone had, which I believe might be a Cocoa Twins file that we went that I have, and it's like someone holding a cup. I think that might be her, or might be the other one, but it was like holding a cup. The cup I think is all black. And so I went and showed how to make it where you can put a pattern or you can fill it with the color, like how you can customize it. We did that. We had someone at that time, and Kanto was out, and man, oh man, I was blown away because in the beginning, we're talking what now, 25, 26 days in. If you listen to her voice, because she spoke up a lot in the beginning, just saying like how she didn't know these things, and like it was scary for her. By that day, she created this Encanto design. I mean, camouflage and stuff, changing the windows, putting characters in the windows, duplicating stuff to like where it didn't exist. She's cutting one piece off of something else. We were in there like, wait a minute now. Hold up. 26 days in. It didn't take much. She was like, because she said before, it was a little bit confusing because there's no real like exact like steps, right? There's no real, okay, start here and go, because everything kind of mixes in with the next tool. When I was doing text, or it was something where I didn't quite get to compound path, like the teaching on it, but I had to mention compound path in the previous class. We hadn't gotten to text yet, but then so there's no true order. So she was just like, I didn't know what the heck was going on. This was foreign to me. But 20 some days in, when you guys see what she created. So then from there, I gave like some advice. Okay, well, we can do this, we can do that. So you're just kind of getting to see the creativity of it all. concepts, how to put it, like how to put things together. Will you necessarily be able to practice those things? No, but there's some very valuable lessons in it. And because it wasn't necessarily like practice, because I did not have those files at the time, this is another reason why we're going back to some live sessions so that I can kind of incorporate how I did my design challenges, where I provide you the files and we're going to create a design together. We're going to put it all together when we get to like those design days. Then we created some templates. Okay. We created a wide variety of templates. Then we had like these days, the rest of the days were more Q&A, review type days. So there's a lot of questions in there from beginners. You really do learn a lot. There's still some designing in it, but the last couple of days, hello, we just went through 20 some odd days of learning. That's a lot to unpack. So I gave 4 days of Q&A and review. Let's make sure that whatever question you guys have, because after this, I'm leaving you to yourself. Well, this program ran, like I said, 2022. That was in March. We got through that. 2023, that was a year. We're about to hit 2 years on it. And although several people, I mean, a couple hundred of people have still purchased it, and they say, even without the live sessions, because of how it's put together, they have been able to learn, and get a better grasp of Silhouette Studio. Well, this year, I decided to bring back live sessions. As much as people were able to learn from what was there, it was still a struggle for some. Wanting still to have that teacher moment, hey, I have a question, guide me through it. I've said I will never, ever, ever do 30 days again. That we went 30 days straight. It wasn't like 30 days. It's like, okay, we had 2 days out the week. No, we went 30 days straight, whether I was sick or not. I can't do that again. I can't do it again, but I can do some live sessions, and it's basically a review. I'm going to still go into it, but I won't be doing like some of those sessions were 5 hours, 4 hours. With the bonus, we were there for like 6 hours, really, really long sessions. I'll give you like the foundation part of it. We're going to go through some examples, like kind of the same way we do like in the design challenges. If you are not familiar with how my I do, we do, you do goes, I highly recommend, even if you have the 30 days, go and enroll in some of the design challenges. They're only $5.63 for the design challenges. You're going to get to see like the new formatting. I love the way 30 Day is, but I think it'll be even better with a little bit of this new formatting. Having reference sheets, the note guide was always there, and just the I do, we do, you do, which we did kind of do that before. We had some people who were actively working along with me. But I've grown as an instructor. I've learned that this model works for so many. So I decided for 3 months to come back and do 13 weeks of going over like the 30 days. Some days it might be like 2 topics together, because it's like, we might be able to get through subtract and subtract all in the same day versus them being separated. And then as we get towards the end, we will transition into, okay, now let's really put some of these things together. Let's see what you remember or what you retain, and let's put together some designs with the tools that you've learned. So now that you know them, how to use them in design. That's a really, important component that we can't leave out. You got to know how to start to put it into design. Some designs require a lot of steps. Just because you know how to use it, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to finish a design in 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Some designs are just that complex. Even when you are skilled, it can still take you minutes. It can take you hours to actually put a design together when you're doing all of the elements, because there's no magic wand unless someone's giving you a template. Now, I can give you a template and this becomes very easy. But if you had to design this, space it, do this whole setup, and making sure things are lined up, is this can take you quite a bit of time. You know, yet you only, it's like only fast when you have templates. And then some elements, if you're designing them from scratch, takes even longer. I'm going to give you an example of that. But before we do, the 30-day training is, I think it's $103.65 if you buy it straight out. It's $115.63 if you're using buy now, pay later, such as Sezzle or Shop Pay, because that has a higher merchant fee. So you'll sign up for that. And I think it's like 4 interest-free payments of $25 if you do the Sezzle. Any and everybody, no matter when you purchased it, how much you paid for it, you have access to the live Zoom that's going to take place on Friday. That's just the first one. The rest of the schedule will be out and it'll be emailed to you. And you'll also see it. We're going to put the calendar back on there. You'll know exactly what each day is. So if there's a day where you're like, oh, I got to make sure I am in class for this day, all of that will be laid out for you the same way that it was before. We put day 1 is this, day 2 is that. All of that's going to be laid out for you. That's going to be put in your dashboard within the next couple of days. But the link for Friday's Zoom, it is in your dashboard. So if you are already enrolled, it is there. If you enrolled today, it will be there. You just have to go on, register for the Zoom. If you register for the Zoom, it kind of ensures that you don't forget. Sometimes people forget what day the class is, and they'll forget to go back and, they'll forget to come to class. Because like, oh man, I forgot. There's no reminder. But if you go and you register, you can set up to get a reminder email or put it on your calendar, and your calendar will remind you. So you click on the Zoom link. It'll say join the meeting, but all you're really doing is just registering. Okay. All right. So let me show you guys real quick on your dashboard where you're going to go to for this Zoom. Also, where your playbacks are. So when we originally did this, my plan was to have the broken down parts to this. Didn't quite work out that way because it was a lot of content. I mean, it wasn't until after this that I realized that I can start and stop recordings. So when it was this whole big recording, going back in and trying to break that up, my gosh, on today, it took a really long time. So not all of them are there. Ignore this. I promise you it will eventually come. The only reason why tracing is there is because, well, I think some of the other days are there. Once I put them on there, trying to put them in draft mode, it takes forever and a day. Ignore this part. Ignore it. Your playbacks, it says all 30 days of playbacks. All 30 days. It is here. Okay. I can click on it because it's not going to show it. You click on that link. Okay. You're going to click on that link and you're going to save it. Do not share it. You're going to save it. And that's where you can access the playbacks. For the Zoom, you saw how okay, if I click here, okay, it's showing me this. And that's why I said I got to get rid of the bundles. If you click up here, it's not going to go to anything. You have to actually click on it for that to show on the big panel. And then for yours, it'll say join meeting or something like that. Click on it. It's going to give you a registration link, like all that kind of good jazz. All right. You have access. I cannot go to it, but you have access to the student union. There is a link up here for how to access the student union. That's our exclusive group. That's where you can ask additional questions, things of that nature. Your downloads. So all of your downloads are here. So they're not every day needed a worksheet. Sometimes it's what was in the class. So your downloads are here. Your note guides are here. Everything is here. This is where your playbacks will end up being like once with the live sessions, you're going to see them here. The playbacks will be in here. There's also going to be a new community here on the Academy site where you can, ask questions. Every single playback, there's a discussion tab. You can go to that tab and post your question, or you can post it on the live stream playback. We're never leaving you to your own vices. You have help and support all the way through. If you spend more than 10 minutes trying to figure something out, don't waste another 20 minutes, another 30 minutes thinking, okay, I want to do this myself. You will eventually get to a point where you can do it yourself. But don't suffer in the beginning. The longer you go and try and figure it out yourself, the longer it's going to take you to actually figure it out and then actually master it. If you spend more than 10 minutes, you had to do it, you undo this and the third, either record it, take screenshots, take a picture, post it in the group. Don't suffer alone. That's not helping you. That's not noble. It is not noble to sit here and suffer and try and figure it out, and you're frustrating yourself. It's no embarrassment in asking for help. Put your pride aside. Put your ego aside. Ask for help. Everyone in that group has taken this. So they've been where you are at one point. Who are they to judge? Who are we to judge? Post your questions. Post your questions. So that's how you're going to access, so on your dashboard is where all of the live sessions will be. So that just kind of get you familiar. All 30 days is right here on your dashboard. Okay. She says, I use the 30-day training as my video reference manual. And that's actually what the original name was. Your ultimate video reference guide. That's really what the original name was. The 30-day training is great and very user-friendly. Edit points is still my kryptonite, but that's because I don't practice them at all. See, now you don't set the class up. Since you're not practicing, now they're going to be forced to practice until their fingers hurt on them edit points. See, now you don't set the class up. Now we got to add in an extra edit point class, all because you saying you won't practice them. So I'm going to force you to practice over the next 3 months. Okay. Let's see. I used Silhouette for 4 years before I purchased the 30-day training, and I learned so much more from the 30-day training. Awesome. Thank you so much for that review. So if we haven't done the 30 days, are we going to be lost in the lives? So not really. How it's going to go, right? I'm going to basically review it. The training in the 30 days is a lot longer. Like I said, some of them were 3-4 hours long. Some of the ones like Subtract that was like during the week, they are still like an hour, hour and a half. So we'll probably go through like the whole thing of those, or more like 2 days. So instead of it being 2 hours, like that probably took 2.5, 3 hours. We're going to kind of review it. I'm going to introduce you to it. I'm going to take you through all of the steps of, okay, these are the rules when it comes to subtracting. This is how it has to be set up. We're going to do some practice drills. We're going to do some I do, we do, you do. But it's only a small, like it's going to be like, it's almost like, even though it's afterwards, it's like an appetizer. It's a bite-sized version of the bigger video. You will have to, Danielle, when you enroll in it, you are going to have to be disciplined. Set yourself up your own schedule. Once you kind of know you were in with the professor, you're able to see it hands-on, you're in the live sessions, I promise you won't be lost. Well, you might be lost in the beginning, but that's the whole purpose of this, right? This is not for those who are proficient in it. If you have never touched Silhouette Studio ever, no design software ever, like a real design software, because Cricut Design Space is not real. If you've never touched it, this is perfect for you. We walk you through step by step. But you do need to go watch the original. Don't think that these 3 months means, okay, I'm just joining so I can come to the live sessions. It gives you more practice. It's good to still go watch that because there's little nuggets in there. I was in my bag. I may not say all the things. I may like maybe a question that somebody asked in that one, gave a different answer. I teach it from this is the fundamentals, but when those questions come, we can dive a little bit deeper. So even though through the next 3 months, I'm going to walk you through it like you are a baby, you are brand new. I'm going to walk you through it like you just downloaded Silhouette Studio, but it's still only going to be a fraction of what is taught in the original 30 days. You still have to go to those lessons. You cannot skip them. Or I don't say skip them, but you can't overlook them. You have to go back. You just registered for Friday? Awesome, awesome. 2024, stop being afraid to ask those questions. How long do we have access to the course? The answer is the same for every single course, everything I do. Who knows the answer to that question? When you sign up for anything that Shakia Lavelle, the professor, teaches, how long do you have access to it? You have lifetime access to the playbacks. I would never have you pay money because life happens. If I was in a course around June of 2022 and I lost access, let's say after I would have just been behind out because baby, when my grandmother left me, I could not function for a whole month. Life happens. If I was in a course around June 30th, 2023, and I didn't have a chance to finish it or finish watching it when I had my heart attack, I would have been asked out, okay? So I understand that life happens. I've had some traumatic things happen to me. For some, they will say they love going back when they were at their lowest of low. They were not motivated. The 30-day training helped them get back motivated. She said a couple of forevers. Lifetime access. Forever. Forever, ever. What Cardi B say? You stuck. Well, she said something else before that, but forever. Then she was like, I'm going to be mad at you or hold a grudge or something like that forever. But I don't take the access away from you at all. Okay. All right. I know I saw, do we watch the original before or after the lives? You can watch it because we have to remember that's 30 days. It was done every single day. We have the session on Friday. It's only going to be one session a week. I'm not doing every single day again. It's one session a week. So you have all these other days to consume and learn from that. Some days it's only an hour. If you can do like me and my husband, like right now we're binge watching Chicago, like the whole Chicago series, right? I think we have a couple more episodes before we now incorporate Chicago Med. We're binge watching it. We can watch 4 episodes a day. So if you're serious about, you want to get to the good part faster, you can binge watch. Some days it's only like maybe like an hour. Some days it was like really quick. So it was like 45 minutes of like actual like instruction. So you definitely can get through more than one day, like more than one session in one day. It was just taught separately over 30 days because they couldn't stay on with me for a full 8-hour day, but you can watch it as many of them as you need and be able to take notes. I would recommend watching it through. Don't get stuck on something. If you're watching it and like you get stuck, stop that one. Maybe move on to a different lesson because another lesson might now, like it might help the one that you were stuck on make sense. If you can't, the moment you get frustrated with it, take a break. Maybe move on and then come back. Especially with them edit points. I'm gonna tell you right now, edit points might require a break. Okay. May I ask how long the 30-day class will be on the sale price? It is $103.65. That's what it is. We advertised. I was live for a whole week at the end of the year. I know some of you guys may have just found me, and it was on sale. Right now, it is at regular price. It's $103.65. That's still a great price, y'all. For 30 days, and each session has multiple hours to it. 103.65 divided by 30 days. Mind you, some of the days had 2 sessions, an AM and a PM session. Some of the sessions have bonus sessions. So I'm just saying 30 days. But when you talk about the number of sessions, I want to say, okay, I know for sure that we have 2 days. So I think I messed up on one. So we end up with, I think, 2 or 3 days where there was an AM and a PM session because I messed it up on the calendar. So I honored it. I didn't plan to be there, but I honored it. And we had 2 sessions. So let's say 30, 31, 32. I think I said it's like 34, 35 sessions with the bonus one. With the bonus one. So let's say 35. So 103.65 divided by 35 different sessions. That comes down to $2.96. If you just do the days, that was $3.45 per day. I promise you, you will never find something that is teaching you to that level that spent on some days 6 hours with you for $3.45. So yeah, with the live stream playback, it allows you to watch it on you can stream it to a big TV and then just kind of have your computer. If you don't have a double monitor, you can stream it. Like you can watch it on like another monitor, your TV, and then follow along on your computer. Aquisha did that. She actually posted a picture and she had it on the big TV and she had her laptop in front of her. I love that picture. All right, let's see. I think I maybe have missed something else over here. So I think someone asked about business edition. Hold on one second. Let me just go up real quick. I'm not sure if it was on TikTok or if it was over on okay, no, I answered that one. Okay, when you send the image to print, why it print not on straight lines? I heard it's a problem in the program. When you send the image to print, why it print not on the straight lines? I have no idea what you mean by that. If you join us on Friday, maybe you can show me an example because I'm not really sure what you are referring to or like what that issue is. Or if you join my free Facebook group, if you have screenshots, you can post it there and I can give you I can type back a quick answer. So sorry, you may be answering this again, but when will the live sessions be and will there be replays on the lives? You have lifetime access. You have immediate access to the replay. The live stream replay is available to you right afterwards. So if you are super, super excited and you want to go back and watch it over again, you can. The first session is on Friday at just like the thumbnail. The first live session, like we're bringing this back, right? So the very first live session is this Friday, January 5th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all of the other ones, a schedule will come out. Certain ones, like when we do tracing, I want to make sure I can get as many people there as possible. So that will be on a weekend. But a lot of the other ones will be during the week, but in the evening, but during the week. And there will be certain days where during the week, for like during the daytime, like a lunchtime session, I'm opening up just a study hall. It's open for anybody to come in. If you want to ask a quick question about anything that we have gone over, like the previous week, like whatever, you're able to come in. So I'm giving you even more support. We're going to have dedicated lessons, but then the study hall sessions is question driven. I'm not coming in to teach anything. I'm opening up time for you, for the student, for you to come in. It's a study hall session. You will be able to come in and I'll answer your questions. If you got stuck on something, I'll be there to answer your questions. You can share your screen. Those will be during the daytime though. If you can't share your screen, you can still come with your questions. Or, if you know it's going to be in the daytime, maybe take a screenshot, email it to me, email me your question beforehand. So if you're not able to attend, but you would like for me to answer your question during one of the study sessions, just email me your question. As long as I have questions from the students, I'll be able to answer them in the study hall sessions. The study hall sessions are not official classes. I will not be teaching officially. And for the study hall sessions, if you're not able to attend because you're at work or whatever, everything that I do, I put the playback there. So nothing is like, you didn't come to the study hall session, so you missed it. You can go back and watch the study hall session, even if you're not able to attend. Now, if y'all just don't show up, I probably won't do them anymore unless you guys are submitting your questions ahead of time. We have an email address, homework@365creativeacademy.com. That is where you can submit your questions. So that information will be in there as well. You can submit your questions there. You can share your work if you're not quite comfortable with putting it on in the group, but you want to share it with me, just get my feedback. There's an email address, homework@365creativeacademy.com. And that's always been there. We've provided a lot of support to you guys. Some have taken advantage of it. Some haven't. I can't make you want to learn this. I cannot make you want to be a better graphic designer. You have to want it. Yes, my love, you get access automatically. Anybody that has signed up from March 2022, if you sign up now, the live sessions will run for 3 months. If somebody doesn't find me until February 1st, they will have immediate access to any lives that are scheduled after February 1st until March 31st. They will have access to all of the other live videos. You have immediate access. On your dashboard right now is the link to register for Friday Zoom. Friday Zoom is the only thing that is on your dashboard as far as new content, new lives. The rest of them will be uploaded this week along with the calendar of what each day will cover. Thank you. She wants to know how to put the business edition on her new laptop. You go help, upgrade, log in. That's it. As long as you're using 4.4, 4.5, help, go to the activate or something like that, put in your login, it will automatically activate. My day is going absolutely incredible. Go back to it. I promise you're going to see it. It's there. It's been there all day long. Or you can watch the playback of this and it's on there. But I promise you it's there. If you go back to Essentials to Silhouette Studio, learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Make sure you're in the right class. It is there. It says 2024 live Zoom access. I promise you it's there. Or 2024 live Zoom sessions, it says. I can attest to the classes. I still have every class I ever took on her platform. Thank you for that. All right. So I'm going to close out with this, right? Essentials, as I said before, is to teach you the tools and functions. If you did not see my live video today, I sent out emails So you can either go to Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube or check your emails. If you haven't received an email, visit our website, get on the email list, because I'm going to be sending out emails when I go live. Because see, Facebook and TikTok and not Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, they like to play with people's emotions with these notifications. We're also even gonna have it to where you can do it if you want to get text messages for them, because your phone is closer to you than like your email, like you'll get that first. We're gonna have that on the website too, where you can sign up for the to get a text message of when a new live video, like a YouTube video, because I'm still doing, of course, those Q&As and stuff like that. But on the video today, I kind of gave you a glimpse of the differences between beginner and intermediate. As far like that was a simple element, but there are different, like there's differences. So I also want to show you guys this. Let me go over to Silhouette Studio. The 30-day training is separate. It's not included in any other program. It's not included in any other class. Like no other classes comes with it. We have other classes where they are specific to certain things. We had a memorial class. We had several days, 7 or 3-day challenge for text effects. We had a 7-day one for party favors. So if you're wanting to learn this for party favors, I still recommend that you learn Silhouette Studio through the 30 days. But if you just want to take the party favor class and just kind of learn about chip bags, water bottle labels, banners, cake toppers, 3D toppers, like I go through like the design portion of that one is more so like examples and just showing. It was not a I do, we do, you do, because we would have been there forever. The I do, we do, you do is something that's coming up. But it has to be broken up into several days. So like some people have said they really like that one, even if it's like to learn the full design. But that's going to come in our Bachelors and Masters program. Those are the new ones. They are for designing. There is a very big difference between learning a software and learning to design. Learning to design is understanding colors, understanding position, placement, concepts, typography, how to choose the right font. That's the first one. How to put your ideas together. I help you think outside of the box, like how to, even if you're doing something for a princess birthday, you may have seen something that you really like the effect of it, and it was a Halloween design. Guess what? You can still apply that. So I truly help you like unlock it. And my mom always says, how in the hell do you come up with these design concepts? Lady, I don't know. They just come to me. I tell people you got to be kind of cuckoo crazy to come up with designs like backdrops. And I mean, this one is not, I don't think that this is very like, I mean, I never thought that this one was kind of like super like complicated, I guess. But my mom absolutely loves, which I keep saying, I may need to just make them another one. I mean, I like using this one because people kind of just see, giving you ideas that everything doesn't have to be straight across. Everything doesn't have to be like to stand out and have its own space. It's okay to have certain things cover certain areas. It's okay to do different placements, like making something go up and down, choosing certain fonts, using a change of color, like understanding those concepts. How can using the same font and doing something like changing up colors, how can that change a design? So we will learn about different types of designs. I mean, even with like this was a mask, you know, when COVID came and stuff, like with my family, and making it out the exact outline, putting that in there, like how do you do the layout? How do you space it? Like designing is totally different. I designed this from scratch, every single part of it. The way the Oakland, Los Angeles, Oakland, like that, all the outlines, the shadows, this little piece right here. Okay, how in the hell do you come up with that type of concept? Like, what made you set it up this way? Why did you put the bar on it? These are things that's a part of design. Like when you want to know, I wonder, have you ever asked yourself that? I wonder why they designed it that way. I wonder why they put that there. How do you train your brain to have that out of box thought? And where you're like, I would have never thought to put those things together. I would have never thought to rotate it. That's what designing is about. That's what designing is about. So the Bachelors and Masters program will go through designing. Bachelor's is beginner friendly. It's, you may not get, like, you may see some stuff that I do. Oh man, I really love that. Like, but that's too many steps. You may not be ready for all of those steps. You're going to be able to create some amazing things. You're going to be able to create designs that you can instantly sell. If I'm teaching it in the class, is not proprietary to me. You can go and create a shirt, a chip bag, or whoever, maybe change out some things. You're basically going to create a few templates in these programs. Bachelor's is really beginner friendly. Masters will take you to where you can almost create everything from scratch. And I'll show you what I mean by that. What time is it? Okay. I told myself an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't want to be here too long. I received my paper and tape today. Thank you for the fast shipping. I will tell my husband that you said thank you, because that's all his department. But we thank you for your order. We can't wait to see what results you get. Make sure that you tag us. You can put HSINK365, or you can put the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black hearts. Put sublimation paper with that on there. So these are all signature to us, to where we can see what it is that you made with our amazing products. Okay. So thank you, Tammy. All right. She says it's definitely there because I registered while I was on the live. I just registered for Friday's session. I am ready. Woohoo! If I was close to you, yes, you would. You are absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing. I am so very grateful for you. This one too. It's not a new essentials. It's the same essentials as Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Now we did have an old. Now, if you had the essentials to Silhouette Studio where it was like one day, that's maybe like 4 years old. That class is 4 years old. The Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days, is the one that will have the new sessions, not the one that's from like 4 or 5 years ago. All right. So let's break this down real quick, okay? I'm going to zoom in. On a beginner level, I can teach you to design, and I might provide you elements like the stars. I'm going to already provide you elements like the fireworks, or I'll show you where you can download them or how you can trace them. We're going to, like, we would go, and I could probably walk you through how to find a font, how to download that font, install that font, and, give you tips on font selection. I don't really like the font selection. They got too much going on here with this. I mean, it's not bad, but I think I would have just changed to 2024. But they have 4 different wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 different, no, 1, 2, 3, 3 different fonts, because this is the same as that one. So I would, we would go through typing it out, learning how to space it, how to do character spacing, learning about welding your script fonts. This particular font right here, if it did not have stars in it, let's say we like that font. We saw a font, I really like the shape of it, but I want to add stars. Any shape can be customized and turned into this. So I'll show you how to take the same stars that we had at the top. We're going to shrink them down. I'm going to show you how to remove them from text. So now you're customizing that text, that font. Any font can do this. How do you curve text? This setup is beginner. We will probably just have, like, find an element. So as a beginner, okay, I know I want to make this New Year's design. What are some New Year elements? All right, I'm going to go to Etsy. I'm going to go create a Fabrica. I'm going to go to Google or whatever. I'm going to find some fireworks, some stars. I want to find a banner. And you're just going to take someone's pre-made elements, add text to it, add color to it, because that's really easy to do. That's learning how to create something like this as a beginner, right? That's something that will be in bachelor's. Masters, it will be, I'm going to show you how to make the banner. If you want to be the person, if you had as a beginner and someone in bachelor's, you had to purchase the element. In masters, you're going to learn how to be the person that makes the element that somebody in bachelor's would technically buy. Because I will show you exactly how to make this, how to curve it, how to be able to make it where it's a SVG, a PNG. They can change the colors. They can do this. They can do that. How can you make the fireworks from scratch and also position them? Because for someone to make this, it is a mixture of making the line where it's thicker at the top, it tapers at the bottom, and now you have to know how to evenly make that kind of go around, right? How to make them evenly spaced in a curved shape. Then we have the smaller ones, and put that there. How do we make that fit evenly in the middle? And the stars. That is masters, where you are creating the elements from scratch. You are aligning them from scratch. You can still create great designs as a beginner. You just have to know how to find the right elements. You don't have to create everything. But once you get to a point, it's like, I want to know how to create it. Like, I really want to be the person that makes everything. Now, as a bachelor or as a beginner, putting this together from elements that's already made, this is something that you can put together 10, 15, 20 minutes, outside of finding the elements, maybe 30 minutes. But if you are creating, if your desire is to create it, I know we like to say this thing, I don't want to buy any more elements from Etsy. I'm spending too much money. I would not advise, this is an SVG that's sold by someone. Great company. I'm not saying not to buy from them, but you would have to buy this finished one from someone to be able to put it on your shirt. But now, if you have certain elements that you can find, you can make your, I would say you can find, a lot of the times you can go into your library. I have a library. There's a lot of free things in silhouette design stores like library. You can take things apart. I'm going to show you how to disassemble. How many people, if you know what, no, disassemble, if you know what movie that comes from, put it in the chat. Whoever can answer that first and you don't have access to the 30-day, I will give you access for free. No, disassemble. You got to tell me what movie that's from, though. But masters will teach you how to do all of this from scratch, which does take a lot more time. It takes a lot more time in order to do it from scratch. But you will forever have those elements to reuse. Do not waste your time designing elements from scratch that you cannot reuse or resell. That's just a real professional rule of thumb. If you're going to spend that much time on it, unless it is exclusive for someone, unless it's exclusive for them and they're paying big bucks, make elements. Boom, there you go. Did you already have access? If you don't, create an account on 365 Creative Academy and I will give you free access to the 30-day training. Or if you already got the 30-day training, I'll give you access to bachelor's program. It's number 5. Yeah, Johnny 5, but the movie is called Short Circuit though. All right, so you don't, just make sure that you create an account on 365 Creative Academy, and I will literally enroll you right now. Well, whenever I see your name pop up. Okay. I'll show you one more time. Okay. So if you're Rosalind, you are enrolled in first let me ask. You're enrolled in Essentials to Silhouette Studio, right? On your dashboard, do you see this thumbnail? Oh, so you've purchased classes before. Awesome. Okay, I will add you to it. Do you see this thumbnail on your dashboard? Let me go to this right now. I'm about to add you right now. And you can start learning. You can start watching those right now. You can start watching it tonight. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong spot. I got to find your name. Duh, Shakia. Thank you for the train. Wait, thank you for training me today. I absolutely loved it. I will be back. Oh, you are very welcome. Yes, you print to the rough side of the paper. Make sure that you are fully reading the front cover. If whatever paper you were using before, if you were using premium matte, you're going to put down way too much ink on our paper. Make sure that you are going over the cover page. It gives you all the information that you need on there. And we also have a video that you can see, like a video representation on Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel. You can see like step for step how to do your settings. We have it in Windows and Mac. All right, so let's see. Ellis. There you are. That quick. You are now enrolled, my dear. Thank you so much for joining the live and for, making me not feel so old because you knew that it was short circuit. Okay. So if this is yours, when you go here, you see right there, it says 2024 live Zoom sessions. You click on it, you're going to see this, and it's going to say join meeting. So maybe that's what it is because it doesn't say register. It's going to say join the meeting. Once you join it, once you click on that, it's set up to where you have to register for the Zoom. It'll allow you to put all your registration in. So if you saw this and didn't just see registration, that is how you register. So you'll see Zoom, you click on it, and it will register for you. It'll take you to the window to register. The bachelor's program will be the information for that will be out later, probably this weekend, because I'm tweaking, I'm changing some stuff. Finishing, I really want to make sure that when I release it, the calendar is there. So I'm not tweaking anything. It's the calendar. I want to make sure that all components are there and everybody can see it. So when I do a video like this, you're going to see exactly what's going to come every single week. And so I'm still finalizing putting all the information in the calendar. I will let you know it is a monthly subscription, but there will be an option. You're going to save a little bit if you just pay for it one time over on the shop site. But on the Academy site, you'll pay for it monthly. So it's a 3-month monthly. It's a monthly subscription. There's 3 payments for each month. Y'all know how I am about branding. It's $33.65. That is not for what you get. It's $33.65 to have that mini session. It's a session every single week, and their study hall sessions. $33.65 is what that's going to cost you per month. But there will be you'll get a slight discount if you pay for it all at one time. You're going to find that on the shop site. I'm glad you are excited. It's in the class dashboard, but I did have to click around because I have so many classes. So yeah, you're going to go to essentials, and then you're going to go to 2024 Zoom sessions, click on that, and then it'll say join. I just registered. Awesome. You clicked on the schedule. What schedule? It should literally look like this, and it should be a button that look like this, but yours is going to say join instead of mine says start. Should I wait until we finish this class before taking the bachelor's? Good question. The bachelor's will technically start over every 3 months. It's still going to be a little bit different. Every session is always going to be different. At its core, it'll be the same information. but it will start over every 3 months. She says it will immediately send you an email for you to link to the class on Friday after you register. Exactly. So here's the thing, right? I'm not saying that you have to. For some, I know, okay, I'll say it like this. Terry is someone who took the design challenges. She was doing 30 days before. She enrolled in the design challenges, still watching the 30 days, and she's watching the design challenges. And one of the things that she said in the design challenges was 30 days now makes even more sense because she's able to see it in action in a design. The only thing with the bachelor's program is I'm not going to go through the why. We are simply going through the how. So it's going to be, okay, we're doing a text-based design. I'm going to give some background about like, okay, text designs, tips on how to make it better, about aligning. We'll talk about sizing, placement. If you're designing for a shirt, if it's a long design, you have to think about X, Y, and Z. So there's going to be some training and education on placement and sizing when it comes to like text-based designs, choosing the right fonts, how to like mix fonts, just a lot of stuff about text-based designs. And then we're going to create a couple of them, right? I'm not going to so we'll do that. I'm just going to say, okay, you're going to click on the T on this side, click on that side. We're going to put them together. We're going to select this and we're going to go to align. We're going to click on align. Of course, you'll see where my mouse goes. We're going to go here and we're going to align. Am I going to necessarily teach about how to select things, how to drag and select, how to click, shift, and select? No, that's in bachelor's where you learn about selecting elements. So I won't be teaching that part. I'm just going to say, okay, we typed out this, this, and this. You're going to select it all. You're going to duplicate. Am I going to go and necessarily explain fully where duplicate is? I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory because I'll say, okay, you're going to right click and choose duplicate. You'll see that part. But I'm not going through the foundational things. Let's say we go and we're designing a selfie frame in bachelor's, right? We're designing a selfie frame and you make a box, you put the box in the middle, you select it, and we go subtract. I'm not explaining about, okay, this is how subtract works. If it's here, it does this. If it's here, it does that. Well, if you do this, it's that. Subtract is like compound path if it's like this. But if it's like this, it's not. I'm not doing any of that. We're designing. So I'm going to say, we're going to make this box to this size. We're going to make this one to this size. We're going to move it here, but you're going to position it here. You're going to select it. We're going to subtract. This gives you your cutout. Okay, now we're going to add some stripes. We're going to go here, and then this is how you crop it. And we're going to build that design. I'm not teaching any foundational. So you can still take bachelor. It's not going to be anything overly complicated. If you want an example of the type of lessons that you will learn in bachelor's, when you go to the website tonight, enroll in the design challenges. They are $5.63. That will give you an idea of how bachelor's will work. Sometimes in bachelor's, it might be the first day we're working on one part of it so that it's not overwhelming. We're going to work on a few elements, right? We might create, do certain elements, create the text, find our colors, select our color palette. And then the next class, we're now going to put it all together. Some of them are actually set up to where they span over 3 sessions. But you're going to end up with a finished design that you can immediately use, either by switching something up, changing a picture, changing a color, but you'll be able to use it and make money from it. You can easily make your money back. So that's kind of up to you. if you want to do bachelor's alongside the 30 days, because bachelor's is like once a week. So you have all those other days to kind of catch up and watch some of the videos, whether it's one of the live videos from, the new live sessions, or if you're watching the old ones. So that part is up to you. But Terry did say it really helped doing design sessions while taking the 30 days because it made things like it connected the dots for her. Incredible evening, craftastic tips with Shawnee D. Let's see. Hey. Yeah, so I had a one-on-one session. So I was like, let me be all. So it has 365 Creative Academy. We had a whole bunch of polos that I never even put anything on. So I was like, today I'm gonna put something on the polo. So thank you. Yes, I'm mad though because when you do DTF, because it's printed in CMYK, it's not the exact color it should be. So it doesn't quite match it, but then it ended up being like a happy accident because it would have blended in too much with the shirt. But thank you. Thanks, Jamila and Professor. I'm excited for this because I have literally been racking my brain on silhouette. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. But make sure that you are still going through. You have to make sure you're still going through the original 30 days. I'm so excited to get back to my creative space. Glad to see you in class. You are registered for Friday. Awesome. Hi, CJ. Okay. But I'm going to have more information on masters and bachelors and like the sign up for it and all that kind of good jazz once I finish this calendar. I just didn't want to kind of do it and it's like ask all these questions and it's not there for you guys to register. So once I have that, just so that it eliminates questions, you get to see everything, you get to see the schedule, the syllabus, all of that, then we will release it. Okay. Any final questions for me? Because it is 8:24 and I want to go watch Chicago. I do encourage you guys, those $5 design challenges, they're worth way more than $5. I mean, it's top tier lessons. Don't let the price fool you. Understand that over here, we over deliver. I really, really do. If you are someone with the mindset, like, let me be the exception to the rule. If you are someone of the mindset that it's too good to be true, it can't be that great of a class, how much are you really teaching if you only put it at $5? So if you're thinking, it can't be that great because it's cheap, we are definitely the exception to the rule. I teach against this, right? But see, I'm very present. I'm always live and stuff like that, to where I'm always kind of proving myself. We know that Shakia never puts out half-arse-ish. I never put out anything that's half-ass, okay? I make it affordable because I truly understand my audience. It's a digital product. I can have people signing up for this they can enroll in it 2 years from now, and it didn't take me a lot of time. So I still give it my all. Despite how many people may have been in the first live class, I do what I do because I know others will come and they need to get just as great of an experience when they're watching the playback. So I am truly the exception to the rule. That $5.63 design challenges, there's 7 of them. They are well worth it. They are worth more. Like that could easily have been a $30, $50 class by itself. We do, I do, we do, you do. You have 3 opportunities as you're watching it through to go through it and make sure that you fully understand. So if you have not enrolled and tried out any of the design challenges, if you are on the fence about spending $103 with me, spend $5.63 with me. If you want to do tracing, do challenge 6. Or you can kind of do all of them and however much that is, whatever. But if you're not quite ready to spend $103 with me, try me out. Audit my, see if I am going to be able to teach you by trying out the design challenges. Go get one of them today. There's 7. I'm gonna tell you right now, what was that week, y'all? Week 4 or 5? The calendar and the planner one. Whoo, baby. That's that one, but it can be kind of intimidating because we went through a lot. Some people say they were burnt out after the calendar. It was technically supposed to be 2 sessions. It was supposed to be one for the calendar, one for the planner. I gave you 2 sessions for $5.63 because we were there for a long time, but it's so much value in it. She says challenges are fantastic. You will not regret it. I remember, yeah, that one was absolutely amazing. The 5th class, that was the calendars and planners, right? And you get a lot of elements. I gave some great elements in there. Like, it's really, really dope. She says that week beat my butt. That one was a lot. I mean, you get a lot from it. It's so many notes. It's so many little innuendos in that one. It's absolutely amazing. Where do I find the class on YouTube so I can watch and work? I don't have dual monitors. Go into your dashboard. It's going to say all 30 days of playbacks. It says all 30 days of playbacks. So just go to your dashboard. You're going to see them there. Can I put a link to the challenges? Everything is on the website and they're actually at the top. So in the description, there's a link that takes you right to our website. Our website is real easy to remember, HSINK365. You're always going to remember 365 because that is what we sublimate our paper at, 365. So HSINK365 is the website. Once you're on the website, all right, so I'm going to go to the main page. You're going to scroll down. That was the crash course, which you can still sign up for. Saturday was absolutely amazing. I know I keep saying that. I probably need to find some other adjectives so y'all don't think I'm lying. But I was in my bag, okay? The examples that I gave about sizing or learning to size shirts, you'll never be the same. And then we had an extra, I was on for another, I'm telling you, I always over deliver. I gave them an extra hour and a half after the main session. And you still get access to it. It was all that and some. But scroll past that. I mean, you can add it to your cart, but if you scroll past it, right here is where all of your challenges. Why is this so big? Oh, because it's at 125%. I'm like, why is this ish in my face? There we go, 67%. And that's normally where I'm at. All of your design challenges are here. And if you hit view all, there's like one more. Yeah, so there's that one. All the design challenges are there. You get worksheets, you get study guides. So you're not like, it's not like I'm just showing you. You get the exact file that I'm working from. So you follow along with me, like exactly. All right. Any other questions? She says, nope, you are not lying. Any other questions? Any other questions? I'm super excited about Friday. Hope to see you guys there. You guys will be receiving emails because I know everybody didn't get like the Facebook and YouTube notification. So be on the lookout for emails. Get us up out of your spam folder because emails will be going out about the challenges, the calendar, like not the challenges, the new live sessions, the calendars of like when there's sessions and when there's study sessions. All of that will be going out. So make sure that you guys don't have us in your spam folder. Okay. Make sure that you're checking if you're on Facebook, make sure that you're checking my Facebook. So just in case you're like, man, I didn't see my email. I'm not sure if she sent it or not. You can always come to our Facebook group, post a question. Hey, did the email go out yet? That way you know if it's there. Or I'm going to post on my Facebook. There'll be a post here on YouTube, in the communities tab where I'm going to post, hey, the emails have been sent out. Make sure you check your emails. All right. No questions. I thank you guys so very much for your time. Like I said, we're also sending out emails for whenever I do live videos, if it's a silhouette training or if it is, so all silhouette trainings will be on Silhouaholics Anonymous's YouTube, and there'll be emails that go out. I'm trying to limit because I know some of you guys like to watch on Facebook, but they keep dinging me with copyright, like I'm playing music and I'm not. So it's really hard to have to go back and battle that every single time. So a lot of you guys will have to come to the YouTube channel. Everybody has access to YouTube. Just look out for the emails. I'm tired of fighting those battles. And then if we're doing some type of demo tomorrow, we are doing a sublimation demo. So that email will go out because tomorrow we are doing a sublimation demo. Okay. You don't want to miss it. All right. Until next time, guys, you as well. Have a great one. Do I see one here? So the third YouTube channel, I decided just to basically leave it for the academy stuff. I may actually put some of my Canva stuff and some of the Photoshop over there because I don't really want to do Photoshop on Silhouaholics Anonymous. So to the live stream link, make sure that you guys are subscribing to the channel because I probably will, like some of the Canva stuff, some of the Photoshop stuff, I will probably put on 365 Creative Academy. Yes, you can definitely watch the replay of this as well. Awesome. You'll watch the replay. Good night. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. I hope to see you guys live. Oh, make sure you register and you show up. It will be streamed if you can't get in the room, but there is limited spacing in the room. So make sure that you get there. The room will actually open up at 6:15. So have your face in the place because once it's reached its capacity, unless somebody comes out, you won't be able to get back in, but you will still be able to participate live, just not in the room where you can unmute and verbalize your question, or like that's for any of the sessions, because we have thousands of people who have technically enrolled in this particular class, and they all have the ability, because a lot of them was like within like the year, like after it was done. So there's thousands of people who have enrolled in it, and they all have access. So it's first come, first serve to be to be in the room where you can verbalize your questions. We can still read the questions on screen if you're watching the stream, but you won't be able to verbalize your questions, and you won't be able to share your screen. So when we get to those ones where we're doing like hands-on, if you know that you plan to join in and share your screen, like you want to be able to have that option if you need it, make sure that you are not late for any class, or you're able to attend the study session that will be during the weekday, during lunchtime afterwards. Okay. All right. That's it for real, y'all. Cause I need some water. I'm about to choke. My lips dry. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.